Tuesday insights for the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. This is all about the heat. Humidity continues to rise as well. Hydration will be key in this stretch. It's the combo of the heat and humidity that's going to make it tough. Reduced air quality, of course, with the hazy, hot, and humid conditions. Some strong to severe storms, too. We're going to break down that risk because it will vary day to day. Now, a lot of heat across the country. We talked about this. Over 90, over 100. These are actual forecast highs without the humidity factored in. So we're breaking records from the Great Lakes to the Mid-Atlantic to here at home through the end of the week. Will there at least be a breeze? That helps us out a little bit in these conditions. It will be gustiest along the south coast during the day on Wednesday. Out of the southwest, some 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts. A little bit later Thursday morning. I do see some signs that a weak sea breeze may try to develop, particularly on Friday. So Thursday, it's still gusts around 20, 25 miles per hour. So a bit of a breeze if you're going to be outside. Keep in mind, breaks in the shade, having a hat on, having lightweight, loose colored clothing does make a difference. Hydration, I will mention again because that is super important. Friday, again, some localized sea breezes may try to kick in at the coastline with a lighter wind before it picks back up. So a bit of a wind the next several days. I also want to show you something interesting. The temperatures above our head. Why? Because that will play a role in some thunderstorm development. What do I mean by that? Well, here's this big dome, right? It's pumping in the warmth. These are the temperatures at 6,000 feet in the 60s, in the 70s. Very warm. So what that does is it creates a cap in the atmosphere. What is that? Think of it like a pot of boiling water. We've got so much heat and humidity boiling up. So thunderstorms are trying to develop, but there's warm air above our heads, and that is the lid on the pot of boiling water. So the thunderstorms are trying to develop, but it's just not happening. Sometimes we can, what's called, break that cap. We can lift the lid off the pot of boiling water, and boom, thunderstorms can develop with this much heat and humidity in place. So that is the case Thursday and Friday, an isolated risk. I think the risk of storms is greater on Wednesday, and then again as we head into July 4th and potentially even the 5th, because some cooler air, believe it or not, aloft comes in, and that helps to create some instability in the atmosphere, and there's a cold front coming in, and that's the trigger for thunderstorm development. So stick with me here. Wednesday's severe thunderstorm threat, maybe a shower or downpour in the morning. Clouds and sun, some patchy fog along the south coast. Not a whole lot of action through the course of the morning. We rise through the 80s into the low 90s by mid to late morning in many areas in central and southern New England. Look, we're pushing 91 by like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning. By lunchtime, some thunderstorms are cropping out of New York. And look, they do slide into western New England 1 to 2 p.m. So I'm putting you on guard 1 to generally about 8 p.m. from west to east. Any thunderstorms that develop have the potential to become strong to severe on Wednesday afternoon and evening. So it is definitely a day to be weather aware the next several days. Damaging wind gusts, the highest threat, but downpours that will produce heavy rainfall, lightning, obviously, and even some hail potential, although that risk is much lower. Wednesday afternoon, notice these storms do track south and east. By the time we get to the evening, for those that have fireworks celebrations on Wednesday evening, any of the action should be dwindling and then waking up to at least quieter conditions on Thursday morning. Thursday and Friday, the heat peaks. And because of that, and because of what I showed you about the air above our head, the risk of thunderstorms is lower. I do think northern New England has a threat for some storms that may be a little more widespread during the day on Thursday in terms of action anywhere else. Friday, an isolated strong to severe storm, but many of us storm free. So Friday night, fireworks celebration should be okay. Here comes that next disturbance on Saturday and the 4th. So for outdoor activities, for barbecues, for parades, it is definitely a day to be weather aware. We'll kind of keep you posted on the timing of the days to come because that plays a huge role, of course. But I'd say Saturday afternoon and evening, scattered strong to severe storms that should be winding down over the course of fireworks time. And then again, during the day on Sunday, late afternoon to evening, we may bubble up a few additional showers and thunderstorms, particularly in western and southwestern New England. So lots to break down in the days to come. Let's talk numbers. Highs for Wednesday, 95 to 100 in many areas. A little relief along the immediate south coast, but even like New Haven and Groton are pushing lower 90s. Cape Cod's well into the 80s. Mid-coast to down east, Maine, we get some relief. The dew point is rising through the 70s. This is a tropical soupy air mass. It's the humidity you can cut with a knife, and that's because when you combine the two, the feels like predictions going 109, 110, 111, even 112 during the day on Wednesday. Even along the south coast, it will be pretty high too. Predicted lows Wednesday night don't drop out of the mid to even upper 70s. So that's why there's little relief after being so hot during the day, particularly if you don't have air conditioning. It's just so hard for the body and your house and your places to cool down when the temperatures overnight stay that warm. Highs on Thursday, pushing 100. That's without the humidity factored in. Dew points still up around 70. So tropical air mass feeling like it's 105 to 110 again during the day on Thursday. Overnight lows, 70s again. We may actually not drop below 80 in the city of Boston. And then Friday, another day, we're up near 100 degrees in many areas. I think Friday's the hottest day for somewhere like Cape Cod, where we'll be pushing some low to mid 90s. You factor in the humidity again, and those feels like temperatures will be over the century mark for many of us again on Friday. Saturday, 4th of July, won't be quite as intense in terms of the heat. Notice we're still over 90 degrees in many areas across central, western, southern New England, hottest in the lower Connecticut River Valley. And then we will come down a little bit more on Sunday, but it is still a very warm stretch. You can get the 2-week feels like forecast included in all of our membership levels, a way to help support our independent mission as well. Membership.onedegreeoutside.com. One of our membership levels is the champion level. SawyerInfrared.com, Ire Inspection Services, gas imaging, acoustic imaging. Look at that picture of the Zakem. I love it. See what you can in infrared. Dave Sawyer services all of New England, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. Gate City Reflexology and Massage. I always look at this foot picture and think, that looks so relaxing. Feel good inside and out. GateCityMassage.com to make your appointment today. And O'Brien's Garden Center in Danvers, Massachusetts for all of your gardening center needs. They've got sales right now, by the way, on all of their shrubs and flowers. Check out their holiday hours on O'Brien's Garden Center Facebook page. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this 1 Degree Outside video.
Get exclusive content, support the mission at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. And don't forget, free and 5 stars on the App Store and Google Play. Search the #1 Degree Outside Weather.